Sydney Sweeney had been dating her ex-fiance for 7 years and engaged for 3, with their wedding meant to take place in May 2025. However, it's shocking for Sydney to call off her wedding a few months before it and be seen with Glen Powell, which is why we've uncovered this uncomfortable reason behind it all that you are now about to find out. One of the reasons why Sydney Sweeney stayed so long in her relationship with her ex-fiance, Jonathan Davino, is because he was a safer option, as Sydney didn't like being with someone in the spotlight where a big part of their relationship would be out in public. She said, "I don't date actors or musicians or anyone in entertainment because I can just be normal Sid that way, and it's easiest." For a long time, Sydney planned her life around her relationship with the businessman until something significant happened, which you will find shocking as we get to it. Sydney Sweeney is believed to have started dating Jonathan Davino in 2018 when she was 21 years old and he was 35 years old, a considerable age gap Sydney has also acknowledged while in the relationship. However, the relationship was confirmed in late 2018 after being spotted at a few events together. In the same year, Jonathan was seen in the company of Sydney at Hulu's 2018 Emmy party and at the Kate Spade dinner party, which shows they were just starting their relationship and trying to enjoy each other's company even in public. From there, the couple continued to make public appearances, and it was apparent they had something steady going on that wasn't close to how many relationships are like in Hollywood. Interestingly, as of December 2019, Sydney was already considering the possible locations where she could settle down as things continued progressing with Jonathan. In an interview with Elite Daily in 2019, Sydney happily revealed that she plans to settle in Chicago, saying, "I have a place there. It's like my getaway place." When Sydney was asked who she knew in Chicago, she jokingly replied, "A friend." However, it is interesting to know that Jonathan's family is deeply rooted in Chicago, where they own 14th Round and Final Belt, a device technology and packaging company. Sydney wants to be a part of that, which shows she saw a future with Jonathan. But unfortunately, this has now changed for a crazy reason, which you won't imagine could happen between two devoted lovers. Before everything went apart, Sydney and Jonathan had some of the greatest moments every couple would have as they went on romantic vacations and planned their life together. In 2022, Sydney revealed what she looks for in a partner and why she loves being with Jonathan, saying, "I look for a best friend. I need to be able to be with someone who I can literally hang out with 24/7 and never get sick of, and we laugh every single day." For a business person with flexible working hours, it's understandable why Sydney loved the relationship she had with Jonathan, as being with someone famous might cause them to have clashing schedules and less time for each other. But then, it got to a time where all of these positive attributes no longer mattered to Sydney, and there's an insane reason why, which we are about to get to with all these details that led up to the switch that has now changed everything. Shortly after that interview, it became obvious that Sydney and Jonathan were in for a long run. Sydney was spotted with a diamond ring on her ring finger, making people wonder if they had already gotten engaged. Not long after, it was confirmed that Jonathan had proposed and they were already planning to get married. Sydney started leaning towards getting married pretty early and having babies as soon as they got engaged. She opened up about life outside of her acting career in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter in 2022. She said, "I want to have a family. I've always wanted to be a young mom." However, one shocking thing happened during this interview. Even though Sydney spoke about settling down, she worried about how taking time off to have children could impact her career. The actress said, "If I wanted to take a 6-month break, I don't have income to cover that. I don't have someone supporting me. I don't have anyone I can turn to pay my bills or call for help." This was the beginning of Sydney's turnaround regarding her relationship with Jonathan, as she realized her career shouldn't suffer for having a family. Also, the point where she revealed she had no one to call for help or support shows she had mentally separated herself from her fiance and referred to herself as being all alone instead of having a partner she was planning her future with. Also, she refused to comment on her relationship status and didn't wear her engagement ring to the interview. All of these happened in 2022 when she was yet to be close to Glen Powell, whom she featured in the film Anyone But You. Even though their chemistry and friendship have been pointed out as reasons why Sydney Sweeney's engagement failed, there's more to it than Glen Powell coming into the picture. Before Anyone But You was released, Sydney and her ex-fiance continued to go out together, but on many occasions, the actress was seen without her engagement ring. Interestingly, the rumors that Sydney had a romantic situation with Glen started well enough even before the film was released, after fans saw footage of them working in Australia and becoming super close. Sadly, Sadly, it didn't help that Glen broke up with his ex-girlfriend, Gigi Paris, when he got into a romantic scandal with Sydney. Many people speculated that something happened between Sydney and Glen, which made Gigi exit her relationship with the actor, but this was never confirmed. However, Gigi and Glen have broken up a few times in their relationship due to the distance caused by Glen's filming schedule, and she decided to end the relationship for good when she visited Glen in Australia, where he was filming Anyone But You. And now, the rumor that Sydney is finally breaking up with her long-term boyfriend because of Glen Powell is circulating again. But this isn't why Sydney broke up with her fiance. She also joked about this on SNL in 2024 and revealed that her boyfriend was with her on the set as they worked on the film together.
Craziest rumor I've seen is that while I was filming Anyone But You, I was having an affair with my co-star Glen Powell. That's obviously not true. Me and my fiance produced the movie together, and he was there the entire shoot.
Then, Sydney continued by adding that her ex-fiance is the man of her dreams and they were still going strong together, but ended up making a joke that almost ruined her first statement in the monologue.
He even came here tonight to support me. Can we cut to him?
Although it must have felt great to joke about the rumors, Glen Powell isn't why Sydney left her engagement, even though it might seem like it. Another speculation about why Sydney dumped her relationship with the successful businessman is that she leaned into dating him because of the financial benefits, considering the wide age gap between them. And now it's believed Sydney is no longer in this phase where she was 7 years ago when she started dating her ex. However, Sydney has made sure to let people know this narrative isn't correct as she revealed some information about her finances and how she handles it with her partner. She said, "I'm a very successful, independent woman who's worked really hard. I've accomplished and bought everything myself, and I provide for myself and my family." You can be in a healthy relationship with someone and also be very successful without needing the man. With all these speculations now unfounded, it's essential to know that Sydney has been having second thoughts regarding her relationship with Jonathan for a long time, even before Glen came into the picture. One of the early signs regarding this was when Sydney stopped wearing her engagement ring and removed a photo of her and Jonathan kissing from her Instagram page. The thing is that Sydney felt pressured in the relationship, especially with how they were heading towards having their wedding in May 2025. Before breaking up, Sydney had to put their wedding plans on hold by postponing them until a future date. A source close to the couple told TMZ the wedding was being pushed back because of the couple's busy schedule. Because of all the many projects Sydney is involved with, it was reported that she became too busy to plan a wedding, but that appears not to be the entire reason. Although she's doing so well now and wouldn't think of putting her career on hold to start a family, the big reason why Sydney is choosing to let go of her 7 years of relationship and be hanging out with Glen Powell even before the news came out is that she hasn't been feeling great about her personal life and the thought of being with Jonathan forever. A source close to the couple said, "What did make her overwhelmed though was her relationship and wedding. She didn't feel right about it. Also, Sydney was not ready to settle down, and the big surprise for people was why it had taken her 7 years to realize that Jonathan might not be her perfect match. And the crazy thing is that Sydney had been wanting to break off the relationship long before she acted in the film with Glen Powell, but found it hard to do because her ex, Jonathan, wouldn't let go. Although they had a respectable and private relationship, Sydney was finally tired of playing it safe.